Hi guys, my name is Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and today we're talking about images. So, reputations and physical appearance, preconceived notions. Alessia, welcome to class.
Hi, Michaela. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Fine, fine, thanks. I'm doing very well. I'm in Dublin now.
Wow,
Yeah,
cool.
and I just arrived and 2 days ago.
Wow,
So,
it must be amazing. Is it so beautiful right now?
yeah, yeah. Today is a sunny day, a little wind. So cool. Wonderful.
Wow, awesome. I'm jealous. It looks like a really beautiful city.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
going
and
well. Yeah.
all right, cool. Thanks, Alessia. And Fausto, welcome to class. Fausto, are you there?
No.
Fausto? Fausto, if you're having any trouble with your audio or hearing me, let me know in the chat box. All right. So today we're talking a little bit about images, and in the last class we were talking about discrimination. So let's start by reviewing. Alessia, can you think of any minority groups that are discriminated against?
Ah, sure, sure. The discrimination, I think, never has stopped because I think the base is the humanity don't really have organic open minds. So there are many difference about culture, and that is great. But the people are scared to
Yeah,
join and be peaceful and okay.
definitely,
I think
definitely.
they notice about wars and the situation in Europe and the tension all around. It's no, uh, it's a good signal about that.
Mhm, mhm. All right. Tony, welcome to class.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Tony. Where are you from?
I am from Japan.
Excellent. So,
Yes.
Tony, can you tell us about any discrimination that you've seen in Japan or anything you've heard about even internationally?
What kind of discrimination? Discri
Discrimination could be any kind of treatment, negative treatment towards a person because of how they look or their age, if they're
yeah,
male or female.
I know the discrimination means, but discrimination mean between men and women. You want to ask about? Um,
Yeah. Have you ever seen discrimination?
okay. Yeah, I think there are a lot of discriminations. For example, Japan is surrounded by water, so kind of close to foreigners. So maybe there is only one foreigner, then it would be a situation that kind of discrimination exists between yeah, a foreigner and the rest of people, I mean Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, because of the increasing foreigners in Japan, especially in around Tokyo or kind of urban cities, then there are a lot of foreigners. So such kind of discrimination is getting decreased
Mm-hmm.
nowadays. I
All
feel
right.
like
That's
yes.
positive. And Fausto, are you there?
I hope so. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Hey. Yes, I
Okay,
can hear you
okay,
now.
okay. Thank
Excellent. So, we've been talking about discrimination for a second.
Yes.
Can you define discrimination for us?
Well, in my country, Italy is becoming a multicultural country, and so maybe there is a sort of discrimination for little groups that are growing up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in the world, we are see the images from all over the world in these days. Mosul in Iraq, Christians are discriminated in this period, but all over the world there are similar problems.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah, it exists everywhere. Okay. So I'll put a definition for that in the chat box. And if you guys look in the chat box, you should be able to see a link to the notes we're going to talk about today. And I will screen share them as well. So, yeah. All right. So we're going to start by talking about these 4 pictures here. And I'd like to know which you guys find the most attractive and which you find the least attractive as people in general. It doesn't have to be like, for a romantic relationship, but just which do you think is best looking and which are the not so good looking of them. Alessia, would you like to number them for us? Tell us what you think is the best and which is
I'm
the
just
worst.
thinking about that these 4 photos could be the recap of my life. Because when I was a teenager, I have pink hair, many piercing, and in the second time I wanna have a tattoo, but I never done it because I'm so white, and then and everywhere you look around, you see someone that have a big tattoo, and often they didn't know what really means. For example, I don't know, Maori tattoo, maybe F puntini off, and the person didn't really know what they mean, what the significance. And the man with big muscle could be my time with fitness trip, and now I want to be like this kind of girl, very spiritual. Okay.
Wow, so these are all interesting images that kind of relate to your life a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. And which do you think is the best looking picture here?
You speak about the photo, the kind of photo, or
I mean, like, if you had to pick one of these people to be
yeah.
a good friend of, which would you pick, just based on what they
Indian
look
girl.
like?
Indian girl.
Okay. All right. Cool. And why did you pick her?
Because now she represents for me a way to become so calm and make a work about with myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like
right.
I don't know, it's a right word, introspection. I find on Google Translate. Introspection could be.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you very much, Alessia. And Fausto, you're up next. Which of these pictures do you think is the most attractive? Which is the least attractive, and why? Fausto, are you there?
I'm
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
All right.
okay.
Fausto.
Okay now, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Some problems with the mic. Maybe the third is the most attractive picture. The girl. I'm totally concentrated on that red spot over between her eyes, and she can give me some calm and totally spiritual. And I think that she is the most attractive. Maybe the you know the least attractive, the second one, the person with that blue nose and that mouth. It's terrible, but I don't want to have prejudice.
Okay. So
Okay.
from the looks of him, it's a little difficult to look past what his outside is, right? Because he has a very extreme covering on him. Okay. And Tony, tell us which of these pictures you find the most attractive and which you find the least attractive and why.
Yeah, I think the third girl is most attractive to me, because she's seemingly an Asian girl, and maybe she has have jaw that is different from Japanese. So I want to know about her culture things, and basically she is most looks like more normal than others, I think. And yeah, that's my reason. And the most least attractive person is second guy who is covered with kind of tattoo. But I don't want to say I don't want to judge people by appearance, but his tattoo design is not so good, and I think it's okay to me to I think it's okay for people to do tattoo things. If this design of tattoo is good, then it would be nice. It would be attractive, I think. But in his case, it's not so attractive to me.
All right. And I want to know if you guys have ever felt discriminated against based on your age or your gender, your physical appearance, or anything else, religion, anything. And we'll start the opposite direction. And Tony, can you answer first? Do you ever feel discriminated against for one of those qualities?
Yeah, my appearance is looks like younger than who really I am, and I am 33. But people often say that I must be around 24 or 25. When I visited United States, I was said that like this. So even I was said under 20, but so that looks like around 20 years old guys sometimes say kind of offensive things to me. But yeah, I felt at that time I felt like it was a discrimination. Yeah. Yeah, because of my age, my appearance.
All right, thanks, Tony. Fausto, how about you? Have you ever felt discriminated against for how you look or who you are?
No, I think no. I can, if I remember some, well, maybe in the past, yes, Michaela. When I was quite young in my work, people that had more experience, maybe, but you know, I can't describe this as sort of discrimination of only people that has more experience than you. That's all, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's a kind of discrimination. People take a little bit advantage because they think you don't have enough experience. So that's a kind of discrimination. Thanks, Fausto. And Alessia, how about you? Do you ever feel like you have been discriminated against?
Really, I don't think to never being discriminated, but sure, sometimes I felt because for my aspect, because I'm so blonde, white, and when for example, I traveled in the north of Turkey and Turkish and some place, for example, in south of Italy, in some part of Spain, there is like a mindset that you really because there is a great opposite about it, like a stereotype of a different culture, and so I could seem I don't know, like an icon, like as another kind of race, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, when you are in some little country of Turkish, there are many girls who have a black dress, and you know, like the burqa, or for his religion, and I respect him. But it's not my culture. I am a different kind of, as you know, feeling with my harms, you know.
All right.
And for the female, when you travel and you travel alone in some kind of part, you can feel this kind of mindset.
Yeah.
Sometimes the woman, you know, the women. For
I definitely agree.
This kind good work like the man.
I definitely agree with that one. I have often traveled alone as well, and it can be difficult sometimes. There's definitely some discrimination we face.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put my screen share back up and we'll continue with the document. So on the next page, we have a question in green before we get into some other topics. Can you think of any reasons why people would decide to change the way they look? And in this case, we're talking about the guy with the tattoo, or maybe the woman with the pink hair, or something in that fashion, like someone who made a decision to totally alter the way they look. And Alessia, do you have any idea why someone would do that?
I'm reading the sentences, and sure, I'm getting many body piercing on my tongue, and 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 in my ear, and one of my nose, and one in my, I think it's belly button. They all on the on the stomach, and and I have done when I was 14 years old, and in 5 years maybe, and then I stopped to wear my earring, and because I became old and I have a work, so it's different, and then I have just one piercing on my tongue and 3 rings, and that's all. And the second one, the second sentence is getting a tattoo. I never get it. I never got it.
Mm. But can you tell us why you made the decision to alter the way you look?
Because I changed my mind, and the really was is that during 1 years my earring I wear a ring, a little ring on the hair. I have 8. And during the night they one by one broke it, and I never buy another rings. So
Okay, thank you very much. And Akka, welcome to class.
Yes, thank you.
All right, good to have you back.
Yes,
We're talking about a similar topic this class, but it's a little bit different. And so far we've been answering the question, why would someone choose to change the way they look in, like, getting many piercings, changing your hair color, getting a tattoo? Why would someone choose to do that when they could potentially face discrimination for it?
Okay.
So what do you think? Why would someone choose that?
I choose tattoo or piercing or something, or just general looks change.
Oh, it could be anything. It could be general look change, but the more extreme versions would be like the pictures we saw above with pink hair and a tattoo on your face. Why would someone choose that kind of extreme change?
Maybe they want to draw people's attention, or in one possibility, especially the adolescent days, kind of they are trying to create their own identity. So in one possibility, so they want to, how can I say, watch me or something like that. Yeah, I'm different. My parents, or maybe such kind of thing. But that's one possibility of, especially youngsters. What if youngsters did so? Yeah.
Attention, that's one possible reason. And Tony, what do you think? Why would someone choose to change their appearance by dyeing their hair or getting a tattoo on their face? Why would someone choose that?
Yeah, I think basically the kind of role is related to the appearance. And for example, maybe politicians don't want to dye their hair or pierce their ear. And for example, the musician who play a guitar in a rock band, then they want to dye their hair to fit their band policies. And actually, when I was junior, high school student, I was a not kind of I was playing guitar in a band, and it was rock band, so I was dyed my hair red and kind of crazy. But it was really nice, good memory anyway. So at the bottom line, I think the people's role is related to their appearance.
All right. So you have some personal experience. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. And Fausto, welcome back. Fausto, are you there? We can't hear you, so you might have to go to the top of your screen to change your audio settings and switch which microphone you're using. If you have any questions about how to do that, let me know in the chat box. All right. Do we have any other comments or questions on this question in green before we move on to the next part? Awesome. Then we're going to move on, and we're going to talk a little bit about the experience you've had with people who have changed their appearance or look by doing one of the following. And Alessia, can you read 1 through 6 here for us.
Okay. Getting a body piercing, getting another ring, piercing on tongue, lips, getting a tattoo, dyeing their hair with color, wearing an earring, wearing glasses as fashion accessory, wearing colored contact lens. No, okay, stop.
Thanks. So, do you know anyone who has done these things, and what do you think about when you see them? Or do you think they face any discrimination?
I do all. 6 points, I do all. No, getting a tattoo, no.
All right, so what's stopped you from getting a tattoo, since you mentioned that you wanted one for a really long time?
Yeah, because I love very much tattoo, and I imagine many times to what I could do. I could paint on my skin, but I never found imagine or a symbol or something that I really want to take for all my life. And so I think you have to be very convinced.
You have to be what?
Yeah, very convinced about what you wanna have on your skin.
Okay.
And so I prefer, for example, piercing, because when I want, I could take out.
Off? Yeah, you could definitely take out a piercing whenever you want. And do you think you'll ever get your tattoo in the future, or you think you'll never do it? You'll never pull the trigger on that decision?
Maybe in my life will arrive something that give me a right inspiration. I don't know. For example, a child or something very good. But in this moment, I don't feel that.
Okay. Thanks, Alessia.
Thank you.
Aka, how about you? Do you know any people who have done 1 through 6?
1 through 6 body piercing, getting tattooed. A lot of hair kind of weird color, kind of, yeah. Hair dyeing is very popular here. Wearing earrings is wearing an earring is very common, and wearing glasses as fashion accessory is common. And color contact lenses are common. And I how can I say? I was taught a teacher who got a tattoo on little tattoo on her hand, and because of that, in Japan, she couldn't enter the public bath or public pool.
Interesting.
Yeah, a kind of discrimination actually in Japanese public bath and public house.
So why do they have a law against? Is it a law against
it's
all
not
tattoos?
a law. I think it's not a law, but a kind of the shop require the customer, and the traditionally kind of tattoo was connected to the gangsters here, so maybe that's the reasons. But it's not a law. As far as I know, it's a kind of company regulation or something like that.
I see.
Yeah, it's a small cute tattoo, so I thought, why not? But anyway, yeah.
Very interesting. All right. And are there any that you would consider doing? Would you consider dyeing your hair, or getting a tattoo, or any of the others?
Actually, maybe I don't dyeing hair is I'm afraid of chemicals. And I heard a color contact lens is bad for eyes. And tattoo is also risky for the body and skin, and it seems painful. And so maybe wearing glasses as fashion accessory, only probably. Yeah.
All right, so maybe wearing glasses. That's
Yeah.
as far as you'll go into this territory. Okay.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. And Fausto, are you there? Maybe? No? I still don't hear you. Type me a message in the chat box if you're having any trouble. Let me know if you can hear me and everything okay. And Tony, why don't you let us know? Do you know anyone who does these things like tattoo or body piercings?
Yeah, when I was high school student, one of my friend's hair was dyed with green color, and he was scolded by a teacher. and anyway, I think getting tattoo is really not so good things in Japan, because if I get a tattoo, then I would be forbidden to go to public bath. And because the concept of tattoo is really different from the other countries' ones, I think. Tattoo means like a gang, kind of yakuza, so to called. So I don't want to get.
Tony, sorry, I don't catch you. You can't go on the bus if you have a tattoo?
Yeah, if I have tattoo, then I am I am banned to go to public bath.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, no problem. So the image of getting tattoo is really not so good in Japan. Yeah.
Interesting. And are there any that you would consider doing, like dyeing your hair, wearing earrings, or any of the other ones?
Yeah, I've already pierced 3 pierce, but nowadays I don't want to wear pierce, I can say. Yeah, so yeah, I used to, I've already said that I was a member of band, so the because of the band policy, I had to wearing weird clothes and
I see. So there was even some pressure to be alternative and different because you were the member of a band.
yeah, so I had to fit the band policy. But yeah, I am not a kind of guy who want to do something crazy. So
All right. So we've talked a little bit about tattoos, but what do you know about tattoos? And I'm asking, like, what do you know about the process of getting tattoos, or maybe the history of tattoos? Aka, do you know anything about tattoos?
Yeah, I checked briefly kind of why tattoo had a negative image in Japan. Originally, a prisoner was tattooed, so it's clear if you had got a tattoo number or something, it was clear for you are the criminal. So even if you get out of the jail, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but gradually, people began to tattoo. Uh, you know, I'm a bad guy because I was in the prison. So, tattoo, uh, kind of. So a lot of gangsters tattooed very gorgeous tattoo, kind
Mm-hmm.
of dragon tattoo or big dragon tattoo on the back or something like that. This creates a bad image of tattoo here. And I heard ancient Japanese tattooed on the face or something. Maybe to get rid of the bad luck or something. I'm not sure about that, but so
Interesting.
yeah, kind of that's a history of tattoo here, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that definitely explains
And
why there's kind
now
of a stigma.
tattoo, kind of fashion of tattoo approaching Japan or approach to Japan. in different way or from different concept,
Mm-hmm.
like cute heart mark or yeah, such kind of tattoo. Other question. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Aka. And Alessia, can you tell us anything you know about tattoos, like the process of getting them, or laws required in order to get them, or anything else you know about tattoos?
Yeah, sure. I agree with I think it was Aka or Tony.
I think it was Aka.
Aka.
We just talked about it.
Yeah. In Italy too, they are considered like a symbol of jewel. So it's like a substrate of a society. But they have also tribal means, because some people and in like Australia, New Zealand, or in the jungle of South America and in many other countries, the tattoo have a positive mean, because often the people do it to represent them. I don't know what is the belonging, could be.
Mm-hmm.
And or in a group, and is a religion symbol, or I remember some imagine about New Zealand, the dancer and man with a big Maori tattoo. So now I imagine that tattoo in our century is like a mix about a different school and different evolution. I know that exists, for example, old school of tattoo, American tattoo, that have some topics and characters and rules. And for example, exists tattoo that come from comics, and there are different style. And I know, for example, many lovers of tattoo gonna to visit a show and a festival where the biggest tattoo man expose his heart, them heart.
Wow.
And so you can choose any kind of style, and I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Alessia. You shared a lot about the cultural aspects of tattoos. And Tony, is there anything else you'd like to add right now? Anything you know about tattoos?
Yeah. If you got a red color tattoo, then you can have one of medical inspection, which is MRI. That because the red color is somehow affected by the device.
Wow.
I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know the exact reason, but it's getting hot too much. So
that is really interesting. I've never heard that.
Yeah, kind of burning. So yeah, it's really prohibited. And aside from this, I know about tattoo is I forgot. Sorry. I remember. Yeah, I remember. When I visited United States, I met a guy who have strange tattoo, and sounds strange to me, and just because on his shoulder, it was Chinese character, and since I am really familiar with Chinese character, so I felt it was really strange. It was music, but in Japanese it's ongaku, and it was Chinese character, and drawing on his shoulder, kind of ongaku. It's not so cool to me. So, yeah, it was really strange. I felt, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Tony. Now we're going to
Yeah.
read a little bit about tattoos and getting tattoos. Aka, can you read the first section for us here that I'm highlighting?
Okay. Back in the late 18th century, the upper classes were queuing up to get tats. Nowadays, tattoo trends are often led by celebrities. Tattooed VIPs include Ben. After Jennifer Aniston, David Beckham, and Eminem, even Barbie, yes, the doll, had temporary tattoos at one point. But fashion isn't the only reason people get tattooed. For some, it's a statement about what kind of person they are or where they are coming from. Others just love the way tattoos looks or see them as a way of expressing their individuality. If you are considering one, here are some essential facts.
Thank you very much, Aka. And these bullet points under getting a tattoo, Alessia, can you read them for us? Alessia, are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I don't remember the voice. I read. I'm reading. Okay.
Thank you.
In the UK, you have to be over 18 to get a tattoo, even with parental permission. Most tattoo artists will refuse if you're younger than 18. At 18, you may regret something that you did when you were 16, as our opinion change as you grow older. Think about getting that tattoo. It might seem like a good idea at the time, but you might end up hating in 2 years' time. A tattoo can cost anything upwards of £10.
Thank you very much. And the next few here, Fausto, can you read these for us?
I hope so. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, I'll read it for you. A tattoo is created by injecting ink into your skin. Some people find tattoos painful. Some describe it as an uncomfortable or weird sensation. After you've had your tattoo, keep the bandage on for 2 to 12 hours. Gently wash it twice a day with an antibacterial soap and pat dry. Then use moisturizer. Oh my God, I don't know what it is.
Moisturizer.
Keep it uncovered as much as possible and avoid sunbathing, swimming, soaking the bath, and exercise until it's healed.
Thank you very much. And to finish this list here, which continues on to the next page a little bit, Tony, will you read the last few for us? Ooh, hold on. Sorry. There we go.
I can see where.
Sorry, starting here.
Okay. Tattoos can be removed using laser surgery. However, this process is expensive and doesn't guarantee complete removal. You might be left with marks or some ink left. If you are not sure, you could try a temporary henna tattoo. I don't know. The henna mixture is pasted onto the skin and then scraped off, leaving behind a deep red design. A professional henna artist can create amazing designs that last several days.
Thank you very much. Okay, so let's go back and talk a little bit about the vocabulary. From the first section that Aka read, we have two vocabulary words that are a little unusual. The first one is queuing. So the upper classes were queuing up. What does it mean to queue up for something?
Lined.
Yeah, exactly. Like standing in a line for something. And what about tats? It's a kind of a slang term. What does tats mean? Tats is actually a slang term for tattoos. It's just a shortened version. People sometimes will say tat instead of tattoo. All right. Moving down a little bit, do you guys have any questions on some of the words we've seen?
No.
Nothing? What about moisturizer?
Moisturizer probably means something that cover the skin to avoid being dried.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So it comes from the word moist. We want to keep it soft and moist, like wet almost. And a moisturizer would be another word for lotion or sometimes even an oil. You can use oil to keep your skin soft and moist. And the reason that it's underlined in red on my computer is because this is the British way to spell the word moisturizer. The American way would be with a Z. All right. Any other questions on this vocabulary?
I don't know what means soaking. Swimming.
Ooh, good question.
In the bath. I
All
never
right.
heard.
Okay. Fausto, do you know a good definition for the word soak or soaking? You're muted, Fausto. Uh-oh.
No.
Fausto, you're muted. If you click the microphone button at the top of your screen, you should be able to speak again. Oh no. Oh, we just had the problem fixed. Okay, Fausto, I'll come back to you, but there's a button to fix that problem. Tony, do you have any idea what the definition is for the word soak?
Yeah, soak means, for example, if you go to public bath, then maybe you soak into the bath. Yeah, something like this. So something that is into the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Soaking is when you go like in a spa and is like a little swim in a palace. Swim. I can swim in a swimming pool in the sea, but I can't soaking in the sea. I can soaking only on the bathtub.
You can soak in almost any place with water, but the difference between soak and swim is really just the activity. So when you swim, you're actively using your arms and legs to go somewhere in the water, versus soak is when you're just sitting in the water.
Okay, I get it.
Awesome. Any other questions about these vocabulary words? This one down here is obviously not English. It's the Hindi. Scraped off. This one?
Scraped off. It's like when you wash very hard and your skin it go out.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Okay. So we have a couple questions before I finish up today, and that is, are there any facts that surprised you, or does this change your mind a little bit about tattoos? Does anyone think that they learned something new, or is that all common knowledge information?
I didn't know the regulation of tattoo in England, you know.
The regulation, like laws about it?
Yeah, kind of low in England.
Yeah, definitely. In the US, they're also quite strict about that kind of thing. Are the laws different? Are they less strict in Japan?
I'm not sure about that the law about tattoo. Japanese society is more based on the kind of social peer pressure or social regulation kind of thing, not in accordance with the law. But it
Interesting.
could have happened in Japan too, because nowadays tattoo is fashionable among youngsters. So and henna tattoo means it's a temporary tattoo kind of like in some Indian do in the some special ceremony. That's a henna tattoo.
Yeah, very
Okay, I
cool.
got it. Maybe
All right.
written tattoo, not temporary written tattoo.
A written tattoo?
Yeah, I heard the video about that before the ceremony. Some woman decorated
Oh,
like
yeah, a
that
wedding
kind
tattoo,
of
exactly.
mark or decoration.
Awesome. All right. Any other comments or questions? Like anything you learned new?
Yeah, it's the first time to learn about henna tattoo, and I prefer henna tattoo if I do tattoo. And since a couple weeks ago, I talked with tattoo things with a tattoo artist. I'm not sure artist or not, but yeah, kind of specialist. And he said that it takes about around 5 or 6 hours to finish. So sometimes people run away because of pain or
Yeah, it takes a lot of time and work.
Yeah, so that is why henna tattoo is much more good things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Fausto, it looks like you figured out how to unmute yourself, right?
Could you please repeat the sentence? Sorry, the question.
Well, we were talking about what we just read. Did you learn anything new about tattoos?
Oh, yes. The way because I didn't know anything about tattoo, and so it's new for me, all that the sentence that we have read. But I'm changing my mind in a way. At a certain extent, I think this is an act of courage. Oh, I'm not talking about the fear of the needle or things like this. But you have to mark your skin with a sign that is indelible. And now I think that this sign, well, can represent for you an important symbol, but it is indelible at a certain extent. And so I think it's sort of an act of courage. I think so.
All right. Interesting. Thanks for sharing that, Fausto.
And maybe when you write in this line, decide at what age you think you should be allowed to decide about having a body piercing tattoo. Well, I think that you have to be older, 20, 22 years old, because you are doing something that is quite indelible. Sorry.
All right. Thanks, Fausto. And we've run out of time for today, but if you guys have more comments or questions, just let me know on my Facebook or on my Verbling inbox. And thank you all for coming today. We had some great conversation.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.